Going on, YouTubers? I am on my way to work, but I figured I'd shoot this video before I went to work about a problem that we're having in this country, which is suicide amongst men. So I wrote down some statistics that I got off incredible red sites like the Washington Post. And so one of the things is there's 130 suicides per day on average in America. White males make up 75% of the deaths in 2020. Men are 4 times more likely to die by suicide than women are. And suicide is the 12th leading cause of death in America. I also looked up statistics in Canada and I looked up statistics in the UK, and it still remains the same. Men's suicide is 3 to 4 times more likely to be done by a man than a woman. And the U.S. is really leading in the suicide rate. We're at about 45,000 suicides per year, where when you look at the U.S. or you look at UK and Canada, they're at about 5,000. So the deaths in the U.S. by suicide are just crazy compared to any other country. Now they say that gender roles might have a reason to do with this. That I guess male toxicity, as far as men not seeking help as much as women, because there's a stigma behind men showing their emotions. Men aren't allowed to really show emotions. Women do not like an emotional man. That's just what it is. You take a statistic by women, take some statistics by women, which I'm sure there has been statistics done. It's a turnoff for women for a man to try to show his emotions. Men have it hard, man. The life of a man is hard. For some reason, women just don't know this. Suicide rate should reflect on this, but for some reason, women still ignore this, or people in general still ignore this. Men have it hard out here. We have a hard life out here. Women kind of have it easy. I mean, women are thriving right now. They're thriving sexually. They're thriving financially. They make up the bigger percentage in college. There's more women entering college than men right now. There's more male men that are homeless versus women, and even women that are homeless don't necessarily have to be homeless, because there's way more help out here for women, and those women can easily go to a man that has his own place and live under his roof. They choose to be homeless. I'm sorry, most women, not all, most women choose to be homeless, because there's plenty of men out here, especially these men that are virgin or these older men that'll take a woman in. But women like to go after bad boys. They don't really like to go after decent men. And that's why I'm not about to try to get in on women, but I do think women have a big part of this, play a big role in this. But also men toxicity, male toxicity has a lot to do with it too, because men do not like to seek help. We don't necessarily go to therapy as much as women do. We don't seek out therapy as much as women do. And we keep things to ourselves because, like I said, there is a stigma behind men and mental health. You can't go to your boss and talk to your boss about mental health with all the stress in the workplace, because it might end up negative, right? And men know this. As men, this is just how we have been raised to think. Like, even when I was younger, when I tried to tell my mother I was stressed out, she told me, "You're a child. There's no such thing as stress for a child." And so I was never able to really go to my mother and try to vent, because she was just cold with it. She just, wiped it off. So I'm not an emotional person at all. And women like that. Women are attracted to violence. They're attracted to stoic men. Women are attracted to negativity, honestly. And I'm sorry, but that's why you have a lot of women in their 30s who end up wasting their 20s away, wasting their youth away, and then their looks start to just decline. I would suggest that the men, I guarantee you, the men that are virgins now, let me throw in another statistic. According to the Washington Post, since 2008, men younger than 30 reporting no sex has tripled to 28%. And I do feel like no sex isn't the cause of suicide, but it's definitely a part of it. So is gender roles and the confusion of gender roles and men homosexuality. I'm sure they make up a nice part of suicide as well. Um, but I also feel like men not being able to have sex, which is a stress reliever, because I know at times when I was doing bad, if I could have had sex with a woman that I wanted, my stress would have been decreased significantly. Even now, if I could have sex with the women I want to have sex with, my stress would decrease. Because at my age, I've just realized that women aren't. I've become a sexist because I see how much power women have, and I see how toxic women are. Like, you know what I mean? The way that they control sex now and the way that they try to play victims. Women are toxic, and they're very clever. Let's just say that they're clever. But I know this because I've been through this with women. So I do feel like women do make up a big part of men. Male suicide. The fact that men lack sex. I will tell men this though: wait till you're in your 30s, because this report is for men that are under 30 as far as sex. This is for men under 30 that they're reporting to have less sex than ever before. Wait till they're in their 30s and they start to do better financially, because women do better financially at a younger age than men. Men don't really hit their financial stride until their mid to late 30s. Some in their 40s. And I guarantee you, by the time these women are ran through, their looks decline, and these men start to step into their to what they're going to be financially and career-wise, that they're going to have a way broader range, a way more pick of the litter in their later years, in their late 30s and early 40s. That's when a man is in his prime, whereas a woman is in her prime in her early 20s, early to mid 20s. So I guarantee you, if those men could just hold on, at least the heterosexual ones. I don't know. I can't give you ideas about homosexuality, man. I'm not trying to be cold to it or anything like that, but I will tell you that that's to be expected, man. It's not natural. This whole gender roles, this whole non-binary thing, it's not natural. But for the men that are heterosexual and like women, I guarantee you, in your late 30s, you'll have the pick of the litter. The women are going to want you, because no one's going to want them. You know, they're going to be the pick. You could be able to pick these women in their 30s, because all they're going to do is be getting screwed. No man wants to marry them. Body count, which I'll be doing on the next video. Body count is important. Like, women with high body counts are more likely to end up alone, in my opinion, though I'm sure there are statistics to back this up. Maybe. But I guarantee you, just from common sense, that a woman with a higher body count, now don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that a woman with a high body count can't get married. They can. It's just that women try to choose certain men, the men that don't want them. But male suicide rate, and y'all know, yes, I am sexist. Male suicide rate in America is a big problem. So I just wanted to put this video out there. It's just something for people to think about. And it's something for people to consider, to try to, I don't know, come up with solutions for it. But at the same time, it's something for the men on YouTube who might type this in, or on Google who might type this in, to hopefully find this video, so I can tell you, do not kill yourself just yet. You have not reached your prime. When you're in your 30s, and all these women that are around here, they're going to have multiple kids, or they're going to be these old cat ladies, lonely as hell, looks are going to decline, and you'll have the pick of the litter, not only from them, but from better looking women. So before you pull that trigger, because I also read a statistic that said that 50% of the deaths of men is by gun. It's by a firearm. And I really do think that besides male toxicity, which I'm sure has a big part of it, and homosexuality, I also believe that the depression of men is considerably high because of their lack of sex. And that's the reason why I gave y'all the statistic of men having less sex nowadays. And men being, the virginity rate of men has gone up significantly also for men under 30. So I guarantee you, fellas, man, if you hold on and try to stay focused on your career, money, and a lot of this has to also do with men just not. Women have it good out here, y'all. I'm sorry, man. Like, women really do have it good in the workplace, in the financial world. because there was always this whole gender gap thing, this wage gap where women are complaining about getting paid less, way less than men. Women are really taking over. You know what I mean? There's probably going to be a woman president soon if Joe Biden ends up dying before his term is over, which we do not want. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you we don't want a woman president. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. We don't. It just depends on the woman. But we don't want a woman president right now. I mean, it would have to be the right woman, and I don't think Kamala Harris is one of those women. I mean, we all saw the senator, Tiara Mack, twerking. If I haven't mentioned that on this channel, I'll do a video on that too. But men are living at home with their parents. Men are really taking a beating in the financial world for whatever reason. Maybe it's the lack of us entering college. So education, women are going after education more than men for whatever reason. And I think men are I don't think men know how to handle this new world of liberation. You know, it's just a new world. And I think it's hard for men to adjust, and evolutionary, thinking in the evolutionary sense, men aren't used to this type of world. We're not used to this type of world. We're used to being the ones in power, and these things our power is really being suppressed more and more and more in America. I'm thinking about moving to Dubai. I'm thinking about moving to Dubai or becoming a Muslim, because I cannot deal with these American women. It's just not right. I've known this for years, you know, and I've expressed this before, like to my sister, and it just didn't go over well. But I've known this for years. I've seen this coming for years. So I would tell those men, focus on your career, get your money right. Because even if you're not in the top wage of men, and I'm not talking about the top 1%, but they say the average male, let's say, makes anywhere from 40 to 50,000 a year on average. And I'm sure that's for older men. So even if you're making 35, 40,000 a year, or just 35,000 a year, I guarantee you're still going to have the pick of the decent women, because these women that are more career driven and going into college, most of them are going to end up lonely, and you'll still be able to get these women. Sooner or later, they're going to settle. And so you'll be able to have the pick of the litter, and all that stress is going to go away. I think you should wait for that. Though a big part of male suicide is in older men. Like within their 60s and things like that. I did read that statistic. I didn't write that down. But that does make up a big part of suicide for older men, which is not something I've really dug into and thought about. Why are older men committing suicide at an alarming rate also? But for the men that are under 30, man, I feel like you should focus on your career, focus on getting out of your mother house, getting on your feet, and just waiting these years out and see how the tables turn. I guarantee you the tables are going to turn. I guarantee you in this new world where women are becoming more career driven, as time goes on, watch how the statistics turn and watch how women's suicide rates jump up. Remember, I said this. This isn't a thing to brag about or be happy about. You know, it's nothing to be happy about suicides. But I'm just showing y'all like the trends, the way things are going. Because I predicted these things way back in 2010, 2011, 2012. And I was seeing the problem with how women are. Wait how the tables turn. See how the tables turn and see how women become more depressed as time goes on, because they're going to end up the ones that are lonely and dying alone, while men have the pick of the litter, man. So I think there has to be something done with this. And I really think that gender roles has a big deal. It's a big deal. Like the way that the gender roles are flipping, and women are becoming more powerful, and men are becoming more suppressed. Male masculinity is becoming more suppressed. People complain about everything. People are sensitive. And remember, this is America. You have other countries that aren't giving into this bullshit liberation of the LGBTQ community and women's rights and all these things. They're not folding. It's like the Muslims. That's why Muslims like Jordan Peterson so much, because how he speaks out on these things. These other countries aren't folding like America is. America is weak. It's getting weaker and weaker, and it's because of liberation. So the tables are going to turn. I think we need to find some type of way to end this liberation and give men power again. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel. I think that will not only decrease, will suppress male suicide, it will also prevent female suicide in the future, which I guarantee you is going to spike up. This is the Scrooge. I'm out. I'll see y'all next time.